Welcome to Fallout 4 Survival Mode. And this is a settlement building video. If you do not like to watch settlement building, feel free to skip this video and move on to the next one in this playlist. So, I was doing a little bit of thinking beforehand, before I started recording this one, because I was like, okay, how do I want to build my settlements? What kind of settlements would I like to build, most of all? And I have kind of come to the point of view where I don't want very high-tech settlements. This is a rather low intelligence character, after all, and she was a lawyer before war and all of that. And frankly, it makes no sense to do very high-tech, you know, fusion generators, laser turrets, this kind of stuff. No. I think I'm going to do some windmills, use campfires and so on, instead of like electrical lights and whatnot. Because first of all, these windmills look awesome. They are not power efficient and so on, but they look kind of fun, nice. They look very fitting for this particular stuff. And that's it. Also, another thing I am not going to do is I am not going to do the whole whatchamacallit, well, bloody heck, what do you call the dang thing now? Water purifiers, that's the name, like, because easy way to make this game really easy, even on survival mode, is to build a whole lot of water purifiers in this river here and sell the purified water. And then you can afford to buy basically everything you want. And suddenly the game is really easy. So I don't think I wanna do that. Let's plant some food as well. Also gave a little bit of thought on like where I want to plant, where do I want to plant food, and what kind of food. I'm just picking up some food here for planting. So I decided that I'm going to plant the food here. One of the places you could argue is good is back here where it started. Well, the food pieces are originally, I removed them because there is lots of kind of flat ground there. However, I think I want them down here because I think this is going to be easier to defend and also to have my people in a more defensible location, so to say. So let's plonk down. I may want a couple razor grain because noodle cups are nice. So let's plonk down one razor grain. Let's plonk down one carrot, I think. Like one carrot, like right here. Something like that. And get down a couple of corn. Let's try to not make floating corn a thing. Like that. See? Like corn have this annoying ability to float. Or want to float in every single situation. Let's try to stop them from doing that. So that would be no. That would be 2 food. Let's put down a couple potatoes in this direction. That would be 3, right? 2 potatoes and those things. Then I might put down a few mute fruits, whatever you call them, however you call them. And I'm gonna put them in back here, I think. Alright, like that. Also, what I think I wanna do is, before I start building anything else, I do want to... where are they? Oh, right, fences. I do want to restrict movement around this settlement a little bit, so I think I'm gonna plonk down like a barrier here to make. Yeah, I can't do that kind of barrier for. Oh yeah, because it crashes into the wall there. Right. So let's use one of these things. So sort of restrict movement around the settlement a little bit, make it a little harder for various enemies to get into my places, get into my crops. And also let's close this bit off as well, I think. Like that. How's that look? From the other side, just making sure it isn't floating. Yep. It looks fairly good. I'll bring the doghouse here down here for now. The dog, if and when the dog hangs around Sanctuary Hills, gets to, you know, watch the people working. Now what I do want to do is, well, scrap this sign, but this particular platform here, I want to set this up as my crafting area, and I think also as my sleeping area. Because this is close to the entrance, obviously, like if when I'm coming to Sanctuary, just run over here, and well, instead of running all the way somewhere over there for my crafting benches, they would be right here. So I do that, and that seems reasonable to me. Also, since I have somebody here, you go and do some farming for me, would you? So there is food here for folks who actually, you know, get here. So let's start building then. Wooden floors, please. Yes, I would prefer spending steel on it. However, I'm not so sure. Not steel and concrete, just steel. I'm not so sure these look very good on this, you know, this floor paneling beneath. Other than that, though, they do look kind of nifty. Are there walls I can make? I would prefer straight steel walls, though. Of course, I could use these kind of metal walls to get steel, and that could be interesting. I could be living inside a steel box. Nah, maybe leave that for another place. Nice steel boxes, and do wood here in Sanctuary. Yeah, maybe I'll do it that way. Do wood here in Sanctuary and steel boxes elsewhere. So let's try and get this nice in the corner, so it looks nice. Is that aligned correctly? It about is. I think it's around about there. Let's test out with a couple extra ones right beside it, and I think that is just perfect. Although thinking about it, I'm just trying to figure out, like, where would I want my entrance to this sleeping area of mine to be. Like, if I separate that into a crafting area and a sleeping area, like, where would I like to want to put the entrance to the sleeping area? Like, I could put sleeping area either here at the rear, or here rear, or here rear. Use this as the rear piece. I think I'm going to use this as the rear piece, and put the sleeping area entrance to it from a side, Like from here, maybe? Or maybe straight up from this side. That could work as well. That could work as well, huh? Interesting. Interesting thought there, to do it that way. Yeah. Now, how would I like to do... Let's say with these. Yeah, I think this looks kind of nifty for this. Yeah. Okay. So sorry, I'm just thinking to myself here for a moment because I was thinking of like, okay, how do I do the entrance? Because a problem with doors like this is that when you plonk that down, you cannot have another one of those floor pieces in front of it because it snaps to the outside. And there is a door which kind of fixes that particular problem. Not you entirely, but there is a here it is, power door. However, this requires power, and I probably don't want to use power on that. So I was thinking on like, how do I get around this particular problem? And then it occurred to me, if I just do the entrance like this, that solves the entire problem. Nice and easily, it solves the entire problem. I'll put my bedroom down here and just fix it that way. And I'll leave this piece here open. No. What am I doing? Where is the floor piece? I need another floor piece here before I do that. And in its place I'm going to use one of those. So like that. And in its place use one of these things. So it looks like there is a support here as well. It looks supported. And then on here put in a wall and a wall and close this thing off. Or do I do the sort of like, can I? Nope, can't do that because I had a funny idea. Yeah, that fits in. Where is a where is it? Somewhere here. Yep. I had a funny idea, you know. Have a toilet. So I plunked down my bed here and so on, and this is going to be crafting area out here. Oh yeah, I like this idea. I do like this idea. Okay. And I'll also do note that there is a very nice mod out there called Sim Settlements, which help you build these settlements to your liking. Personally, I kind of I kind of enjoy building by hand, in all honesty. I do. So I am not using that particular mod. Okay, I'm just looking at where would I place these supports. So this place does look like it is essentially supported, you know. So use these flat roof ones, so you can put flooring on top of it. And if I do it this way, it really will look like it's supported. And then I need stairs to get up top, and they can be here, I think. There's going to be plants in the face when you're walking up there, though. That might be a little bit annoying. The other option would be right somewhere here, but I think this is better. I think this may be better indeed, overall. So we will have to deal with the fact there is plants in your face when you know, get up there. I was just thinking, do like an actual entrance here, or maybe extend this all the way here even. No, I don't think it needs to happen that way. But what I'm going to do is I'm gonna put one in front of these things still. Alright. Like that. I quite like that. Alright. Let's finish the roof up and so on before I start doing other things. So up here, I want to use is these to try and get this to be also speaking of which, where do I put if I want the windmill on top of here, where do I put it? I think back here, maybe in the right in this middle section. Put one here and put another one at the front. Is that a thing we want to do? Or on top of this. So there would be like one in between them. Alright, that might work. That might work indeed. Flat roof, thanks. There we go. And let's say we do on top of here and on top of here. Now go and pick that thing up and let's double check. I'm also going to store this thing. I have a couple settlers here now, or at least somebody to maintain my food. Oh, for bloody! I forgot you can't jump with this thing because space key is the. Well, you could if you rebind the space bar to something else, but yeah. Alright, now what I need is another set of stairs so I can get on top and really have a look-see of what I am doing and building here. Maybe from back here, huh? Okay, so first of all, which way do these blades go? Like in this direction, I think? Yeah, I think it is that way around. So the blades are in this direction, the turbine is at the rear. So now if I plonk another one on that, will they look way too close to each other? They probably do, don't they? Because you're supposed to, in the real world, you're supposed to have like hundreds of meters between these things. But I think they will look okay like this. They will look kind of okay. The other option was to put the first one in here and the second one like one extra room space that way. But I think it is probably better if they are not quite that. Actually, maybe it isn't. Because if I want to put down a water purifier or two down there, I need to get a power line running there anyway. So maybe bringing this one further is the correct course of action. Alright, let's give that a try. Wooden roof. Here we go. Here we go, and then I need a wooden wall. Not wall, floor. What I'm talking about. Right here, and then you, prefab. Stay there. Let's back a little bit, make this easier for me to mess around with. And now that wind turbine thing, windmill. Alright, so right there. You know what, they look much better when they are this far apart. Yeah, they just do. It just works much better. So power pylon down here. And use this power pylon to connect on to a pylon down on the ground there. Put that there, and then I need another power pylon like on there, I think. Because I do not like to use connect generators straight to each other. That makes no sense. So here we go, and then connect this to the power pylon. Alright, there we go. Okay, you can go now. Stairs. Alright, so up top here then we need 2 more of those floor pieces, these things. And we need 2 more of these floor pieces, like so. Like so. Alright, now this starts looking nice. And also I need 1 more floor piece right here, so that the portion coming up top won't fall off right there. Alright. And with that said, also might do it this way around. So he really doesn't fall off when he's coming up top. Oh, I missed 1 floor piece, huh? I did indeed. I missed 1 floor piece. Here we go. There we go. Now, up top here, I'm going to plonk down a couple turrets. I have 1 turret down there already. Another thing I am going to do up here is put down a couple put down turrets in the corners, and I am gonna get 3 guard posts up here, so that I can put a guard up top there. Wait, do I have a... Oh, I didn't realize I have yet another settler. That is very nice, because that means I can put those guard posts down and bring... well, make somebody stand guard duty up top here already. Alright, first let's make sure they can get up top there as well, which is to say that I need these things, so I can get up top and then get to here that way. Alright, very good, very good. Oh, also I just realized also I am hungry and thirsty. Let's sort that issue out. Should have some food, huh? Grilled red roach and a baked bloatfly. Sounds delicious right about now. So building things is thirsty and hungry work. Very thirsty and very hungry work. Okay. Let's plonk down those guard posts, shall we? So 1 guard post goes like right here. Let's bring that to the edge if we can. Like, really? You don't wanna fit more than that? Like, I realize there are some wooden things in the way, but seriously? Alright, okay, it fits a little bit better. Then I put 1 on this direction and 1 right here on top of the entrance to this place. So, like here, so it would be kind of middle. Let's try to get it somewhat straight, and so it's hanging on the edge, like that. That looks kind of correct. Very good. And then 1 on the other side as well. So I have this person really watching over the settlement to the various directions where hostiles are probably bound to be going around at. Now, where did that person go? Are you running away from me because I, well, was threatening to make you a guard? Probably. Hey, you. Whoever you are. You're now about to become a guard in this settlement. Then I have 26 defense, which is nice. Nice, nice, nice. Need exactly enough defense to go be over the food and water, and any really extra on top of that doesn't matter all that much. However, it's still helpful to have a little bit of extra. Okay, so power pylon connected to this thing, And then I'm gonna put down a one water purifier. So later on, when I have more settlers here, there is already water income. Okay. That worked out quite nicely. And what else was I needing to do? Here. I have a few beds, I need to plonk down a few more. Eventually, because the nice thing is, you can now actually sort out beds for folks. As in, you can assign people to specific beds and stuff. And I'm so going to take advantage of that. I'm going to make people sleep in certain beds. Okay, now let's sort out down here. Alright. This thing, and I'm going to surround this crafting area of mine so I don't fall off and nobody else falls off when we're doing our crafting stuff here. You know what? I'm going to get rid of those and I'm going to close that side off entirely. Having given it some thought, that is probably a prudent course of action. To do it this way and just simply straight up close that side off, because, well, that means the hostiles in that particular direction will have to do something else. They can't straight up just wander in. And my place is still open from this direction entirely, which is nice. Wow, she has a proper scope and everything on that pipe rifle of hers. That is good. That is good. Nice. Nice. Okay. Let's plonk down a couple more of these beds, and frankly, I'm going to be using basic mattresses for settlers because, well, they really don't need more than that. Because, well, they don't really complain about beds. And another thing I should probably do is get this radio recruitment beacon back up. Back online, somewhere here anyway. Maybe put it like right down here. Oh, I think it would look perfect like right here. Hopefully the turret doesn't shoot it to pieces. Maybe it should be on the other side. So basically, the idea being that it would broadcast the signal across, you know, from being up high, and the dishes being all over the place, it would broadcast this signal. And then I'm going to put it connected to both of those in case one of the generators goes down, the other will still power the recruitment beacon. Alright. A little bit of redundancy there built in. I like that. I like how that turned out. I very much like how that turned out. Alright. What else am I missing? Oh, obviously something I could do is just plonk down a Brahmin feed through like right here, right now. So if and when I get a Brahmin here, there is already a place for where the Brahmin will hang out at. Trying to make it so it doesn't float too badly. Alright, there we go. So that's where the Brahmin will be staying at. Let's get a water pump around here, as in my water pump, which I am going to be using for my personal water reserves and stuff. And another thing might be a bell, so I can gather the people up when I want them to. Alright, so cooking station. I need to set up a few containers, like proper specific containers for certain items. Go and get my bed and everything as well there. Because that's where I'm going to be sleeping at. I haven't scrapped all the fences and stuff here. I need to remember to do that actually as well. So the entire place is nicely scrapped up. Nicely scrapped. Get rid of all the useless crazy junk. Alright, let's set up my bedroom here quick. So this actually works fairly nicely. So I'll put my bed like right here. That seems like reasonable. Like that. And then get Sean's crib over there as well, because that seems reasonable. That turned out quite nicely actually. Now I need a couple oil lamps or something around to have a little bit of light during the nighttime hours and such, and then this will be just perfect. So Sean's crib is over there. Maybe push my bed a little closer to the crib. Something like that. And then put a table next to the crib. Guess that would make sense. I think this kind of metal, like basic metal table. Next to the crib, like right here. Alright, I like that. I do like that. Now, a couple very basic containers here. I want a steamer trunk for myself. Like nice big trunk where I can plonk down a whole lot of things. And also probably something small under, like beneath the bed. For I'm gonna put a food locker beneath the bed because, you know, storing all sorts of little personal items which I do not want to put in that big storage locker. Oh yeah, I like that. Now, is this cooking station there or is it here? I'm simply giving it a little thought of like, where would I place all of these crafting stations? Back there, that's where I'm gonna put the power armor station, so it's kind of out of the way, and I can line up some power armors I have managed to gather, like side by side right next to it there. Of course, there is a like, put it back here. Something like that. That looks fairly okay. Of course, there is no there are power armor display cases you can make. However, they require power, and I really don't feel like I want to run power from there down here to put power armor display cases. So just the power armor station. I'm gonna put a few power armors here and so on. That seems quite reasonable. Maybe along this wall here I'm gonna put some containers. Oh, I think I know what I want. As I want an ice cooler. I want an ice cooler which I can use for ice cooler I can use for keeping my food in, you know? That seems reasonable, like food and drinks in this ice cooler. Right? And next to it, let's plonk down a... where would it be? Like massive, large, huge cabinet. Like this. Like a sort of a tool cabinet thing. Right next to it, right there. Alright. And on top of the cabinet I can actually put stuff, right? Let's put a cooler on top of the cabinet, and you know what goes in the cooler? All of the drugs. All of the chems go into the cooler, and then let's put the food locker on top of it as well. That seems reasonable. I like that idea and concept. And also, let's plonk down a cigarette machine. There we go. I like that. That turns out fine. Now let's get some of these other things over there, like weapons workbench and armor workbench. I think it's better to do it like this, actually. Just move them closer in a nice and easy fashion. That metal box is going to be my my trash heap, so to say. Essentially, I'm gonna keep plonking everything which goes for sale into it. And I just realized I'm thirsty again, so let's fix that issue. So I'm no longer thirsty. Thank you very much. Alright, so if that thing is over there, maybe I want to bring it closer, like right here. And back there, I could put like chemistry station and everything else on this wall here. That seems kind of reasonable, huh? Sort of. Like that there, weapons workbench, like beside it, like here. I think it will look very nice this way. Like armor workbench, weapon workbench, then put the chemistry station like here. And then cooking station gets to be... I'm trying to figure what would be cool. Ooh, maybe right here. Maybe the cooking station is right there. Maybe that is the correct spot for it. So it burns down the support beams and stuff, but yeah, I like that. That is actually fairly interesting, fairly nice. Alright, so metal box. Metal box goes... Can I just fit it here? I can. Nice. So that's where I put all of my stuff which goes for sale into that box. Still thinking the cooking station didn't look quite right there, because it looks like it's burning the support beams down. Actually, it looks like it's doing that no matter where I put it. Alright, let's say I put it there. And let's put down a couple of containers. Again, because I want to have things in a nice and sorted way. So the food items there, I'm going to use an explosive looking crate for this, because it's going to host my explosive stuff as well. And for these things, just like a toolbox. Also put down a toolbox here for the power armor stuff. And then I'm gonna put down a couple more toolboxes just for, you know, for these crafting items. Alright. Alrighty then. And then there is a toolbox right there as well. Now that I have a bunch of toolboxes. I really need to move that bell somewhere else, like somewhere here. Yeah, I'm gonna do that right now. Because I think this other area here, this thing, I think this is going to be like where I plonk down some like I'll make this into a full open air area with a roof, not without a roof, because on the roof I also want a bunch of turrets and another set of 3 guard posts. But and maybe I want another one of those things on top of this roof here. Anyway, the idea being that this place is where I put a bar and a clinic and that sort of things, and plonk down like tables and chairs. Like this would be the place where people get together after their hard day of work, and then, you know, come have a drink with their buddies. I think that would be a thing I do indeed. I think it's going to be wooden floors here. I'm not going to build it like fully here. I'm just gonna do a bit of a startup, I think. Which edge do I actually want to start from? I think I want to start from this edge. Just to be on the safe side, huh? Okay, so... Of course this edge is going to be really annoying to build from, huh? Because it's is harder to get to. I think that looks straight. Yeah, it comes into that sort of thing again. So I could obviously do the same wall here, but I may leave this into a fully open air area from that side, huh? I think that would be a thing. So... Oh, my power armor is in the way, huh? Yep, my power armor is in the way. Yeah, I thought it might be. Basically, this is what I want to do. So, put down a couple more of these so this looks like it's supported. And then, like one more here. How many is this long? Yeah. Then it will be one of these here. And a floor piece. And then another one of those. So it looks nice and supported like that. Yep. Like that. Alright. Alrighty then. And also here. Do the same dang thing. And so on. Yep. And with that, I think I'm going to call it an episode right here. I'm gonna move my power armor still and probably plonk these things down. And finally finish scrapping those fence pieces I have not gotten around to scrapping. So we got started. Sanctuary is a bit more lively now. I can at least, you know, craft things here. My crafting place is set up, my sleeping place is set up, and so on. Still needs a little bit more building to really make it look like home for the settlers and so on. But with that, I'm going to call it an episode right here. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you folks another time with more Fallout 4 survival mode.